Hi, I'm John, and I like to relax.
He really does. And I'm Tammy, and I like to explore.
She really does.
And I'm Austin, and I like to repeat.
He really does.
And together we are Relax, Explore, Repeat. Hey guys, we made it to Joshua Tree National Park. Unfortunately, we may never leave. I was turning the RV around a tight... See, what happened was, I was turning the RV around a really tight corner. Again, only this time I didn't go too far to the right. I didn't go far enough to the right to make the corner. And I kind of thought my tires had gone down into a little bit of a dip, or I thought I was like dragging on a little rock or something. So I backed up and I gave it some gas and I went up and then back down, crashing back down. I'll have to put some pictures in here. I looked underneath the RV and I could see tailpipe, mangled tailpipe, and I could also see mangled drive shaft. Yes, the RV would not move. The drive shaft, the rear section of the drive shaft got crunched and it pulled loose from the carrier bearing in the middle, and we're going nowhere until we can get a tow truck big enough to tow our RV into a national park, which took several hours just to get a hold of somebody. I think we may have found someone who can do that, but it got dark and the roads leading into Joshua Tree, into our campground that we're at, were very narrow. There are absolutely no lights whatsoever, and we canceled it when we didn't have any cell reception. He was trying to get a hold of us. He was on his way. We had to drive a half an hour to get cell service. We canceled because it's dark, and he didn't really, I don't think he had a good idea of what we needed to have done, the size of our vehicle and stuff. So he said he could tow the motorhome. After talking to him, I sent him pictures of it, but now it's dark, and we're just going to wait here overnight and start over again in the morning, try to get it towed to the nearest town that has a Ford dealership that can hook us up with a drive shaft and possibly repair anything else that I screwed up while I was trying to force my way out of a tight situation. So anyway, that's it for now. We have our very own spot here at Joshua Tree National Park. They've marked it with a cone. They blocked off the road for us, so it's nice and private. But there's only one small problem. You can see it now because I moved it. The drive shaft was hanging down almost to the ground. I kind of went over a rock and got hung up a little bit, knocked the drive shaft out of place. So we've got our own parking spot in the middle of the street. We spent a lot of time in 29 Palms because that was the only place we could get a cell phone signal, and a lot of time on the phone with our insurance agent or someone claiming to be from the insurance company. Alright, safe travels.
Thanks.
Be careful. Yeah, so here we are waiting on a tow truck 24 hours later.
We canceled
We canceled the first one because it got dark, and we're in a national park where there's no street lights, and the roads were nice and narrow. So we had to start the process all over again today. So that was a wonderful, wonderful thing. So anyway, I can take the camera down there. There's the drive shaft. Obviously that yoke isn't supposed to be over here on this side of the frame. Real good bend in it. Probably where the rock hit. And then the rock is back there where our cross member is sitting on the rock. That's where we're at now. Pretty sure I saw this place on Lost in Space. And I think they did some filming here, the original show back in the day. Either that or they had a good set designer and they said, make it look like Joshua Tree. Hi guys, how's it going? We're on the road again. Surprise, after that major damage at Joshua Tree National Park, I was kind of unsure as to whether we would be able to continue. But it was just the drive shaft that was damaged. Well, the drive shaft, the muffler, the tailpipe. But nothing else. Nothing else was harmed in the making of this disaster. So we're back on the road. 4 nights in Indio. Not a total loss. We wanted to go to the Salton Sea, which was about a 20-minute drive from the repair shop. We asked if we could spend the night in the RV, and they said, no, absolutely not. You do not have permission to spend the night in the RV. We're going to be closing the gate at closing time, but if we should happen to forget to lock the gate, they would be unable to stop us from coming in and sleeping in the RV. So they were very cool about that, even though they told us absolutely not. Very cool. So we went to the Salton Sea. We went to Bombay Beach, which was high on the top of my list of things to do. I got some video and took lots of pictures at Bombay Beach. You can see those on Instagram if you're not following us there. Relax.explore.repeat. That's where a lot of our still pictures go. When we called roadside service, they had us pre-authorize a $200 and some charge to our credit card, and we were under the impression, because the tow was like 67 miles and they only covered 15 miles for towing, and we thought that was the extent of the tow. But once we got a tow truck up there and they got us to the facility, the repair shop, we found out after the fact that the tow company had charged our insurance $3,000 to get our RV out of Joshua Tree and into Indio. So that was a bit of a shock. We were going to pay for the repairs out of pocket, because all that they were originally, they were going to replace, they were going to order the parts for the exhaust to replace, but they didn't have the ability to weld at the shop, and we would have had to go to take those parts to a muffler shop after that. And I was really concerned about our timetable, so I told them just to cut off the damaged parts of the exhaust and just replace the drive shaft so that we could get back on the road. So now we are driving without a muffler, which isn't as bad as it seems. There's about 8 or 10 feet of pipe beyond the catalytic converter, so it's just now it's about the sound level of a diesel, so it's not that bad, it's not that noticeable. So we're able to travel. I'll probably get the exhaust fixed once we get back to our home base in Kansas City area. We had a nice relaxing day. The shop was closed on Sunday, and Sunday happened to be the Chiefs playoff game against the Texans, so we just hung out Sunday and didn't do a whole lot. Watched the Chiefs game, which was pretty amazing. If you didn't see that, that was a good one. So it did put us a little bit behind. We were supposed to go to Pio Pico, which is near Otay Lake. That's right, I said Otay. Otay Lake. We were going to go to Pio Pico, Thousand Trails Campground, but the drive shaft came in on Monday and we had to wait for them to install it. It put us a little bit behind. Then originally we were going to go to Pio Pico on Sunday, but we weren't able to do that. And then Monday, the repair wasn't finished until later in the day, and we didn't want to drive. It would have been after dark by the time we arrived at Pio Pico. So we stayed at Palm Desert, which was actually only a mile and a half down the road from the repair shop. So we got one night in Palm Desert, and we left the next morning. We're now in Pio Pico. And so we canceled 2 nights in Pio Pico, but we're on schedule now. We've got shot some video of someplace we stopped on the way to Pio Pico. So stay tuned, because you don't want to miss a thing. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. You can click the bell if you want notifications whenever we upload a video. Give us a thumbs up, a thumbs down, comments, suggestions, angry words, no, words of encouragement, anything. Just let us know. Let's be interactive. We will definitely, we read all the comments, the few comments that we've gotten so far, and we reply to all of them also when we have a signal. We currently don't have a signal at Pio Pico, so there's no uploading of videos going on. Until next time,
Relax.
don't forget to relax, explore, and relax and explore. That means repeat. You repeat the relax and explore part.
Catch you later, Moot and Gator.
Catch you later, Moot and Gator.
That should be your thing.
I don't want that to be my thing.